He was gap testing little girls like they were spark plugs just before he auctioned them off like cattle to his buddies in Mar-a-Lago. And yet, 2 days later, there isn't an outrage for impeachment or tearing him out of the office by physical force. Why? Either A, social media, media platforms, and the people that are surrounding him are completely spineless and are just simply unwilling or unable to speak up and hold him accountable for what he's done. Or they already knew exactly how bad these files were long ago, and they have just come to accept it and move on, like as if these girls, these children, these small boys don't deserve justice, because apparently a government by the people, for the people, is got a subtext of for some people, because these children deserve to have their day in court. They deserve to see justice be done to the people that have done so much harm to them. And while we're sitting here and I'm recording this, that tangerine twat waffle, that criminal sadist, is still sitting in the White House while we sit here and read through all of these atrocities against children, and yet people are still silent. News media is nothing. They aren't just demanding and screaming for a change of guard, that he isn't removed and held accountable for the actions that are clearly stated, because even if 10% of what was in there is true, and 10% is a pretty low number considering if you saw what was in these files, it's still far more than any other person who's ever been impeached has ever done in their life. Clinton got a mouth hug from an intern in the Oval Office. She was a consenting adult of adult age and an employee of the federal government, and he was still impeached for lying about that. Yet this guy was putting his hands on children, and yet he's still not removed from office. There's nobody holding him accountable in any way, shape, or form, and you think that's justice? You have women in the DOJ. Bimbo Barbie, who is a woman herself, and yet she has read all of these files and stayed completely loyal to him as if like he is her dad. That would make sense if she was actually a victim in those files, which is what I'm expecting to see when we finish unearthing all of this information, because there's still a million files they haven't released, which means that there are people that are in Congress that are in those files. There is no way to explain it other than this. He needs to be removed from office. We all need to stand up. We cannot allow this to continue to happen. We cannot let our children know that this type of thing will stand and won't be held accountable for. Trump's speech to the American people was Hemingway-esque because it never touched on reality. It was full of tragedy, and after listening to Trump speak for 18 minutes, I wanted to put a shotgun in my mouth.
You want me to say motherfucker to you?
Excuse